Hi and welcome to the Belfry. We are out on the Brabazon golf course today. My name is Chris Ryan, and in this video we're going to go through a shot which may well be faced by a lot of the golfers this week at Troon in the British Open. Just before we go through exactly what I want you to do, in the corner of the screen you should have the details for my Facebook, for my Twitter and for my Instagram. So if you don't do already, I should say, then please go ahead and follow me on there. So, very topical video. It's British Open week at Royal Troon. Certainly you will see some golfers in certain situations playing shots from here slightly differently to maybe what they do for the rest of the year. If we watch golf, especially the sort of European and the PGA Tour, if the golfers are faced with this situation, you'll very often see them going for their most lofty wedge, play that ball nicely and high, couple of skips, pulls up by the flag, and hopefully they tap that putt in. This week it might be slightly differently. You might see them play more of a bump and run type shot because the conditions suggest that that's the best way to play that. So in this video we're going to go through exactly how they play it and what maybe it's going to help, or how it's going to help you in your game. This is certainly going to be a good shot if you play a golf course which does get very hard, fast and running, or potentially if you're a golfer who is maybe new to the game, or you're just not particularly confident with the shorter shots with a wedge. This is a much safer option to play. So I reckon I've got probably 40 odd yards here, but there's nothing between me and the flag. I've got the fairway, I've got the fringe, I've got the green. So obviously if there's an obstacle there, if there's a bunker, that kind of takes this shot out of the equation. But when there's nothing there, it's relatively flat terrain, I can play this bump and run type shot. So first of all, club selection. I've got a 7-iron. It's a lower lofted club, so straight away it's going to give me a little bit more forward momentum and a little bit more roll. Then we can start to look at how we're going to set ourselves up. It's going to be effectively a long chip and run. So I would like you to set yourself up with the ball about middle of your stance, and I want your stance to be pretty narrow. Okay, so certainly not the width it would be for a normal golf shot. I then want you to go down the handle by some amount. So I'm going to go down almost towards the end of the handle, right onto the metal, and I want there to be a little bit of lean forward in the club shaft, and I want there to be a little bit of preset weight on that lead side. So I feel like there's a little bit more weight on my left. Ball is in the middle, hands are slightly forwards. Now from here, we can start to make some practice swings. Now, I don't want you to really think of this as a long putt. It's not really. We've got a much greater distance to travel. So what we'd actually like you to do in these shots is actually allow the wrists to have a little bit of movement, certainly as we change direction. It's going to add a little bit of flow. It's going to add a little bit of rhythm. What we don't want you to do is from 40 yards, try and treat it like a putt, because it's going to get almost a little bit too robotic. And if we don't let these wrists have a little bit of hinge, we're not going to get as much feel, and we're certainly not going to get that ball hopefully as close. So what I really want you to do is try and feel at the bottom of the golf club is just brushing the ground where that golf ball is. Now it's really important on the through swing that we start to turn our body towards the target. It's probably not going to finish fully towards the target, but if we start to reduce the amount of body rotation, that's when we're going to start to get either the flip this way, or we start to get the arms buckling, we start to shorten the radius and we misstrike it. The key thing on these shots is really to guarantee the strike. If we can guarantee the strike, it's a pretty safe shot. We will hopefully get that ball relatively close to the green or the flag. If you're not getting the ball close in this distance, it's normally because the strike is poor. The strike is normally poor because the radius shortens, i.e. the arms flex, or there is a little bit of excess body movement, and maybe we try and lift that ball. Remember, we're trying to play a low running shot here. So I want you to start with your weight on the left, little backswings, get the club to brush the ground, but I'm still turning through the shot. My chest is starting to rotate towards that target. Match the swing length both sides, and hopefully you'll get a little low running shot, which will end up pretty close to the flag. So I'm going to go fractionally right here, simply because there's a little bit of borrow on that green. So ball middle, weight forward, and I'm just going to bump it on and hopefully roll out relatively close. Okay, so it's just creeping onto the green now. Going to go left, and that's a pretty good result from where I was. Okay, it's just a little bit past, but it's only left me about 5 or 6 feet. So a very safe shot. Was never really going to hit that ball 2 or 3 yards in front of me, was never going to thin it right through the back of the green. So I say, if you do struggle with your short game, this is a very, very good shot option for you. What I would say is that try and practice it a little bit first before you take course, because distance control can often be tricky if it's a shot that you're not used to. Playing in conditions such that as they are this week at the British Open, it is again a very, very good shot option. You don't have to factor in the wind too much because it's not going to get high enough. So a very, very good shot to have in your bag. You may not use it every round, but when you do need it, it's nice to be able to pull it out and hit a shot like that one. So thank you for watching. Comments, like, all that kind of stuff down below. And if you haven't done already, then please subscribe to my channel. It's absolutely free, no cost whatsoever. It just means I'll be able to get more content to you. And there's also already content on there. If you haven't seen any of the videos, go to my channel, check it out. Hopefully it's going to help you play some better golf and more importantly, enjoy your golf a little bit more. Right, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully we'll see you again soon.